29 requires a face covering to be worn over the nose and mouth for anyone 10 years old or older at all times unless eating or drinking. Please respect the seating markings in the stands and the foot markings at the concession stand for social distancing. For the protection of yourself and other football fans, we do ask that you self-screen, and if you have had any COVID symptoms or have been exposed to anyone that has, please remove yourself from the stadium. Listen to the live YouTube stream or the Mixlar app.
I live like south side of Florida, so like I'm only up here. I'll check it go. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, here we are. We're getting this thing kicked, getting it ready to go. We're not quite to kick off yet. 6 minutes and 21 seconds left to go. 6:21 left to go here. Well, less than 21. 6 minutes left to go here,
ticking.
just before the ball game. But you see right there, those of you out there tuning in online, Josh, you don't have to worry about that. I got the clock over here dialed in, and that's exactly what we wanted from our fans. They gave us the dial in. I got the scoreboard on the screen. Josh is on the field with the camera all night. I got the scoreboard and the time, so we'll keep up with that for you guys. But everybody's lined up here, waiting on Decatur to come out. And slowly but surely, here they come. And we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. You're listening to Joey Wilcoxon and Chris White live from Kittrell Memorial Stadium in Lake Worth, Texas. We're here at home as the Bullfrogs host the Decatur Eagles. Oh, what a game it's going to be tonight, Chris. What a game it's going to be. Quick enough, I got something to eat. I kind of try to just scarf it down real quick. Try not to, belch in everybody's ear as we call this one tonight. Hey, but it is a beautiful night. You know it's starting to get fall when the sun sets and you look off in the distance, and it almost looks like fog, but it's just the changing of the heat. And so a little bit of wispy clouds just on the, I would say on the horizon, but the horizon's behind us. We're facing east. The sun's behind us to the west and to the north a little bit. I tell you what, right now we're ready to rock and roll. And hey, everybody, guess what? Guess what? We got somebody back with us this week.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Josh in the house.
Yeah, you got to speak up. Put that microphone up there.
What up, everybody? Josh in the house.
There we go.
I'm
One more
back.
time.
What's up, everybody? Josh is in the house. I'm back.
There we go.
We got
him now. Third time's a charm. And apparently Decatur has a horn, those of you who didn't know, and I surely hope they're not burning the mess out of the turf with those smoke machines. We'll find out.
Yeah, they're trying to be a little spooky, I guess, coming out. Of course, Halloween coming up, but,
It's always fun when somebody has a smoke machine and a little bit of wind you have is blowing right back in your face. It makes you just a little bit like, it's a little smoky. It's better. You've been on those nights. It's warm summer nights in Texas, and they do a smoke machine, and that smoke sits right on the field for the whole entire first half. And it's like, okay, guys, can we all get this smoke out of here?
It might be strategy for some kind of trick play. Hide somebody in the smoke. I don't know.
It could.
I don't know. But here we go, guys. We're about to have the national anthem right after the coin toss, as we have Cam Kimball going to the middle of the field to represent Lake Worth. But it should be a good one tonight, guys. We got about 3 minutes left till kickoff, and it's going to be an enjoyable one. Again, I'm happy to have my right-hand man next to me, Josh. He's going to be helping us out with the referee calls tonight, former ref himself. So, hey, we got all – hey, he's still doing Pee-wee. Just let us know. But, hey, we got all our bases covered tonight. We got cameramen. We got production. And I guess I'm just here on the mic as Joey.
We got food.
Yeah, we got food. We're doing better every day. So, but I appreciate you guys, and of course, shout out to Johnny Wheeler in the chat, and of course, Chris McMullen always here supporting us. So I appreciate you guys tuning in here on YouTube. I'll be checking the YouTube feed tonight for the comments. So check on in and let us know you're here. Love to see you guys as another Friday night here in Lake Worth.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't care what school you call for, what school you follow. There is nothing like Friday night football in Texas. And especially there's nothing like being at a ball game and taking your ball cap off and enjoying the national anthem. All right. Let's get ready for some football in Texas, baby. There ain't no football, no high school football like Texas Friday night high school football. I tell you, it's going to be a fun one. We got another commentator in the stands sitting down right from us. Used to call over for Boswell. He told us to come amp it up a little bit to get Homer of the Week. Going to try to get us fired from a job that don't pay. It's great.
Hey, real quick, want to shout out a former student of mine, a former athlete. Shout out to Ruben Starks. Yeah, I miss you too, man, and hope you're going to enjoy the game tonight and stick with us as we're just getting ready for kickoff, as Decatur is going to be returning, as Lake Worth will be kicking off. And we are just about to get underway here as the boys gathering up on the sideline. Again, the final words from Coach. Get ready to play some football. And once again, you can feel the temperature dropping in here tonight as the sun goes down. And this is my favorite time of year. So hopefully we got a good one in store for you guys tonight, as both teams now just moments away as the battle is about to begin. The Bullfrog Army. As we learned, for those of you, we're not just calling them Army. That is actually the plural of Bullfrog. Is now the Frogs will line up, and kicking from the left hash will be Polito, number 45, kicking off for Lake Worth. As both teams now awaiting the signal, and Polito with a pooch kick to the right side. A man's there for Lake Worth, and he's got it! Lake Worth is going to get possession on the first play of the game as Isaiah Hall running downfield and snatching that one out of there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, right there, baby. Set the tone early. You want to defer to second half? You want to defer to second half? But no, we really didn't. We really wanted the ball to start off both halves. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Something to get excited about. The Bullfrogs, like I said, they're
flag.
Looks like there is a flag.
Room to catch the ball. That's going to be the penalty.
Wow. So
We didn't even try to catch it.
we'll see what the call is on the field here. Just awaiting the refs. They're gathered up. Of course, we're going to wait for the white hat, as they're going to call pass interference, is catching interference, as you got to give the man returning the ball a little bit of room, as Isaiah Hall try to sneak in there and try to make the sneaky little play.
The thing about it is if there's no fair catch called, you do not have to give them room to catch the ball. In this case, when it's a pooch kick and there's no defined kicker that it's being kicked to, that's strictly a referee call, which on this one right here, I promise you, will come back to everybody will say that is the most horrible call to call ever. I guarantee you Coach Tracy Welch will be writing this one up as to what's going on with this.
Well, now we'll see trips right for Decatur as they're going to take over on offense, and they run the ball, little counter action, but the Frogs are there in the backfield making the play. So loss of 2, it looks like, and hey, at least they're coming out. This defense, this Frog defense, may be a little fired up after that one.
Yeah, I'd be a little pissed off myself if you're out there and called the right thing, perfect thing, and then that happens. It's all right. The Bullfrogs got a little gasoline on the fire now. They got to continue to penetrate, go after it.
And a wide receiver screen attempt there, as that one is going to be dropped. Luckily, it was a forward pass, but it looks like Decatur coming out in that trips formation to the right and one out to the left.
Great job by Brian Neal. He stretched that defense. He was the defensive end, stretched up the field, put his hand out there, and it took the focus off of the receiver.
And it looks like Lake Worth jumped a little bit, and I think we heard a whistle. And no, they're going to actually, I believe they're going to mark this a touchdown. I thought I heard a whistle on the field as the Frogs jumped offsides, and it looked like they're just going to call the offsides, no false start, and that's going to result in a touchdown. I can't believe what I just saw. What just transpired in this last minute has got to be a little bit of a surprise here for the Bullfrogs as they look to have everything covered.
Yeah, and they threw the ball down to number 11. So what happened is there was an encroachment. So that basically it gives the offense can still run the play. Every offense in America, whenever you have a defensive play that's an offsides, it's basically a free play for the offense. Throw the ball down the field. Doesn't matter if it's an interception or not. They threw it down their number 1 receiver. He caught it and went ahead and went in. So just like that, it's 7-0 Decatur in less than just over 30 seconds taking off the game clock.
And that is definitely not what you want to see to start out the game, as the Frogs had a chance to have the ball in offense, a penalty, giving that ball right back to Decatur. And then, unfortunately, leading to a 3rd down at about 12 to go. And a big shot downfield for Decatur is going to put the first points on the board. So 11:29 left to play. Lake Worth will be receiving this one.
I'm gonna get a little dirty about this one, but I'm willing to bet that a coach on that side was in the referee's ear about that. I've never, ever in my life ever seen a referee call pass interference or what was it called, Josh?
It's called kick-catch interference.
Kick-catch interference. I've never in my life seen kick-catch interference on a pooch kick ever in the history of football since I've been watching it and calling it. So I'm a little dirty. I'm a little salty on that one because it's a horrible call. Nobody got hit. Nobody got leveled. Usually you see that flag come out when somebody comes to a pooch kick and they hit the guy in the chin to get him out of the way of the ball. That wasn't the case. Bullfrogs fielded that cleanly, and it was kind of crazy. So here we go. It's a kickoff. The kick is up, and it's a pooch kick.
And this one's going to be caught and trucking over a player. A little bit of fire in the belly. Lake Worth, it looks like there, and a little bit of a block down field, too, as well. So Lake Worth looking to bring the hammer, let them know they're not going to go quietly into the night. They're looking to fight.
Yeah, that was number 12. We don't have him on the roster as there's been some changes, some new additions to the Bullfrogs. Some players have moved up. So I remember number 12 with the receiving of the kickoff. Great run. Only returned about 3 or 4 yards, but he trucked the mess out of that guy.
Oh, man. He brought the heat. Now Caleb Welch. Shotgun, 2 out to his left, a single receiver out wide. That's Mark Fulkerson. They're going to target him, and that's a catch for a gain of about 7 yards. So on first down, one of his favorite targets, Caleb Welch firing out to the right side of the field, finds number 5.
Yeah, you'll notice on the offensive side and, of course, on the defensive line side, they're a very decently sized team. Decatur is, but in their secondary, we match up really well with them. We're actually a little bit bigger on our receiver core.
And now here we go. So jumboed up. Here comes the Frogs with the run and barreling through. And he gets stopped just about a yard. And look, it looks about 1.5 yards short, maybe 2 yards. So a gain of 1 on second down. So that's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, a great run by Cam Kimball there. You know, the Decatur read that, but they didn't read it fast enough to stop him from gaining yards. So it's a good thing for the Bullfrogs. They need to knock off another couple yards right here.
So eyes strong right. And Caleb with a QB sneak. And they're going to mark him down 1 yard after the marker. So good enough for a Frog first down.
And that's another play there that Decatur knew that was coming. The Bullfrogs have ran this multiple times throughout the season on short yardage. They knew it was coming, but it tells you that young Bullfrog offensive line is getting a push off the line. Decatur wasn't able to stop them from getting the first down.
Now the Frogs going out with a interesting formation. Isaiah Hall now in motion, so trips to the left. And a bad snap. Caleb just going to go ahead and fall on that one. Going to be a loss of about 12 yards on the play, give or take a yard, and bring up second down and long.
Yeah, that you can't do that. That right there that's tough. Miscue. The Bullfrogs, now they have to battle back. They have themselves now set back second and about 20 to go. Looks like maybe 21. After just converting a third down that they needed. So, Bullfrogs, there was a penalty on the play. The penalty was against the Bullfrogs. It was declined. Josh, what was that penalty call?
The penalty was against the Bullfrogs. It was illegal motion, and what that was the wide receiver, when he went in motion, he was going towards the line, towards his motion. And when you do that, it's basically a false start, but the play continues.
All right, now Caleb rolling out to the left side, to the trip side, and he's going to be met by Decatur's line, and he's going to be sacked. So this is going to bring up third down and about a mile, and going to be tough to go on this one. So not too many play calls in the playbook for this type of situation.
That was a little tough there. That was the Dr. Seuss 101. They read that one to the right. There was a little bit of pressure coming, but they read that. All the pressure, everything was dialed up to roll out to the right. There's nothing the Bullfrogs could do about that one. So let's see if they can get it downfield.
Of course, they're most likely going to take a shot as Caleb in the pocket. He has some time. He's got Mark Fulkerson, but he's only going to make it back to the original marker where they first were down. So it actually is a yard in front, down at the 45-yard line, bringing up 4th and 9.
Yeah, that right there was a great play. Great play. Wish you would have had that on 3rd down, but great play by the Bullfrogs to get back. So now that their punter, he can try to give them a little bit better position to start this next one off.
That's going to be Polito back there as Lake Worth going to go ahead and punt this one. A high snap, but corrals that one. The punt is up, and it's heading towards the left sideline. A decent kick. Stays in bounds for a second there, and going to be marked down, it looks like around the 21. And that's a pretty, wow, I don't know if I agree with that one. May have given Decatur about a yard. Maybe they're just, look, yeah, they're going to give it to him at the, oh, man.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
we can see it. We can see it plain as day. It rolled across the out-of-bounds line at the 21, but, it's whatever. We're going to keep this thing going. I'm going to try not to get too salty right now because the Bullfrogs are having to go with it. They got to step it up right here on defense.
And 2 in the backfield, and the handoff to number 20, getting through the hole. And it looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play, just fighting for any ounce of yardage there. Bring up 2nd down and 5. And number 20, that is Jackson Carroll from Decatur. And now here they go again, a run to the left side, and he's got some space. He's going to pick up the 1st down a little bit more, unfortunately, there as the Frogs try to get there, but that's a gain of about 7 yards. That's good enough for the 1st.
Craig Williams got there just enough to push him out of bounds, but the Bullfrogs really got to set that edge just a little bit earlier to keep that from happening.
Now 2 lined out right, 2 in the backfield. As the handoff again to Carroll, but he gets stopped in the backfield. A great tackle. That looks like number 7, Brian Neal. A heel tackle. Just gets anything he can, trips him up in the backfield.
Yeah, great play by Brian Neal to dive and get that. It wasn't a shoelace. His hands are big enough. He couldn't grab shoelaces. He grabbed a whole ankle on that one.
And now trips lined out left, single receiver right. They're looking towards him. Checks back to the left, and it's a wide receiver screen, and that one is foiled in the backfield. Great defense there by the Bullfrogs. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 13 to go.
That was almost intercepted by 2 Bullfrogs. Craig Williams, as he was hitting him, if he had his head at the ball at all, he would have caught that and went to the house. And then Cameron Kimball was right there and almost picked it up. If it had been a backward pass, that would have been all she wrote.
And same formation here for Decatur. They drop back, looking to take a shot downfield, scrambling out wide. He's still got some time, and he flicks this one up, and there's his favorite target, number 11. So that unfortunate break there, that's David Juarez of Decatur, just good enough for the 1st.
Yeah, I was in the binoculars. I didn't get to see the breakdown of the secondary there. He just found an open space, ran off the defensive backs, and then came back and found him an open space enough for the sticks.
And here we go. Now trips lined out to the left side as the handoff to Carroll, trying to go right. Frogs are there, but no, he finds some space and somehow finds a hole there. He's going to pick up 8 yards.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Back to getting back with the defense. Knows that they can do really well, but they have to start doing it. Is setting the edge.
And now Twins formation and Carroll in motion. They're going to flick it out. Another screen play here. This one has some success and a gain of about 9 or so, and that's good enough for the 1st.
Yeah, they're continuing to just feed that number 11, their all-star receiver there. They just keep feeding him the ball. We're just below 7 minutes in this 1st quarter. Decatur leads 7-0.
And a play-action play, and they got a receiver over the middle there. And that's going to be good enough for another 1st down as the Lake Worth secondary facing a fast-paced Decatur team going no huddle, getting the calls from the sideline as they rush to the line. And we see Twins formation here. Carroll in the backfield. They snap the ball, hand it off to him, and he's got a hole. And, man, he's got another 1st down. That's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Yeah, that time he was brought down. Junior Session was there to as he was trying to cover his guy going across the middle, he saw that it was run and was able to latch on to the runner and bring him down there just shy of the touchdown.
This is the first time this year that Lake Worth has faced an offense like this, just a no-huddle, full speed as a QB sneak here. And he gets picked up, but he's got some push. They're going to mark him down at about the inch-yard line here. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that quarterback that they have is, I mean, he likes to run the ball. The quarterback they have, he's about 6'5", about 230 pounds. He's a big kid. Here he goes, runs it again. They're going to give it to him again. Same thing.
And it looks like there's a flag on the play. The call on the play is a touchdown, but we'll see what the call is, and it looks
Like we got a holding.
Okay, Josh.
We got a holding offense is what it looks like.
So good news for
Holding
the Bullfrogs. All right, so that's going to bring us back 10 yards. So a little bit of something.
Yep, 10 yards of replay, 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and goal for the Eagles. And Bullfrogs, you know, they need to do our famous saying here, or your famous saying. They need to stand tall.
They do.
Here on this hold and try to get out of these next 2 downs to force the Eagles to kick a field goal.
Back in their bread and butter, that trips lined up left with their star receiver lined up to the right, and a timeout called here. I believe this is officials timeout. I believe it may be. They're talking here about something. Not quite sure what that was about, but the refs are now back, and they're going to signal the whistle, and here we go again. And the little bit slower pace to the line now as Decatur having to slow down again. Their star receiver Juarez out to the right. Looking straight at him is Howell, and he's got his man, and that is number 11, David Juarez. And unfortunately, a quick 14 or 13 points as of now.
And the kid averages over 100 yards a game, and right now he's already halfway to that average.
I think,
we're already there. I mean, he might already be there. He got the first opening touchdown on the 2nd play, which is about a 55-yard touchdown, and they fed him all but 3 times during this drive. Right now, it looks like it's a matter of stopping number 11 and no one else. That's what it looks like right now. Here we sit, 5:52 left to go. In this first quarter of play, the Decatur Eagles lead the Bullfrogs 14-0. And you're listening to Joey Wilcoxon and Chris White, along with Josh Wilcoxon, live on Bullfrog Radio on Facebook, live on Lake Worth ISD YouTube page, and live from MixLR Bullfrog Football. We thank y'all so much for joining in. Tap in, check the comments, drop us in some notes. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, hopefully, 5:52 left on the clock. That fast tempo offense that Lake Worth is seeing right now is not something that the Bullfrogs are used to. And so far, Decatur being able to have their way downfield, hopefully this offense can get something going. Of course, a couple tough breaks. The bad snap, a little bit of a low snap, and then a sack obviously doesn't put the Bullfrog offense in the greatest of positions. But hopefully here, on this possession, they don't have a 3rd and long, as now the Bullfrogs receive the kick. Looking for some space here. Bouncing out to the sideline. He's got a little bit of a hole. That's number 4, Isaiah Hall. And so a decent return there as the Bullfrogs will take over on the 40-yard line.
Yes, sir. So the Bullfrogs got to battle back. You know, it's early on in the game. There's a lot of football left, so it's not like, everybody looks at Decatur Eagles and what they've been through. And, yeah, they've been through the wreck of it early on this season. But the Bullfrogs have been through their share as well. So they really got to continue just to battle. Here we go. It looks like we had Demarion Pulte in the backfield.
And here they go. Caleb fakes it, and he throws it out to Pulte, and he has a fingertip catch. Picks up a decent amount of yards there on 1st down. Let's see where the spot is. That's going to be a gain of 8. So we're going to have 2nd down and short. And this is exactly what you want to see.
Oh, yeah. He got that catch. You need and you have to have yards after catch right now. And Pulte caught that on his fingertips. He's been having a rough start off the last couple games, but that was his first target, and he tiptoes down the sidelines to pick up extra yards.
And the handoff now in the backfield. I believe Damian Moore with it, and it is. He gets hit from behind. He gets cracked, but picking up the 1st down and a gain of about 7 yards.
Man, what a run by the young sophomore running back. first carry, and he carries for about 8 yards on that. So, hey, I will say that maybe the hit kind of took him a little further, but he was able to find his way through to get him 3 or 4 on his own.
Hey, that's football, and that's positive yards, baby. As Caleb now drops back, pressure is there. He evades one sack, but he's got somebody trailing, and he loses the ball. And Decatur's there to pick it up, and they have just one man to beat. But they're going to be able to get him out as that's Damian Moore pushing his man out of bounds. But, man, the blind side stays undefeated as a man slips in behind and gets Caleb. And the ball pops loose, and it's picked up by Decatur.
Yeah, there's no way for Caleb to see that at all. I mean, he did, moved his way out of the pocket. He didn't give up the goat. He knows he's got to stay on his feet to try to make a play happen. And right as he was getting ready to charge his arm up to ready to throw it, the defender coming from behind just made the diving tackle and caused him to fumble the ball. They had a scoop, and they scooped the ball and went back about another 20 yards. Decatur on the march once again.
Not a lot of rest for this Bullfrog defense as now they come out on first down. And a little bit of a tricky little seam there. I was almost fooled. I thought number 24 had that ball. That's going to be a gain of 10. And they are going to move the chains. It looked like it was close, but another first down for Decatur.
Yeah, and that's what Decatur does with that quarterback. He can run, and he's a big kid. They'll run all their running plays and fake it to him and run quarterback keeps and dives with the quarterback, blocking the dive scheme.
And a little screen play to the outside, just throwing out into the flat. Another catch, and that's good for about, let's see where they mark him. They may give him, wow. They may give him another first down.
Yeah, and that's the thing the Bullfrogs, have had a little tough time with this season is instead of, tackling the guy and pulling him back away from the first down, we kind of just tackled him and slung him around into the first down.
And now, unfortunately, on first and goal, Decatur's in the end zone for another score. With 4:29 left to play. Now Decatur with 20 points here quickly in the first half.
Yeah, it's tough to go. I mean, the Bullfrogs, there's no doubt about it. Decatur's out here. There's out here running it down. The Bullfrogs, got to fight to get back in this. They've gotten themselves way behind at this point. First off, that started off, I think the big key, the momentum changer in the game was the opening pooch kick that they recovered was called kicker catch interference. Is that right, Josh?
Yeah, kick catch interference.
Kick catch interference that the referees called against the Bullfrogs. That really just took it deflated them, took a little bit of wind out of the sails. Because, I mean, when you draw something up and you want it to play, especially on special teams, when you want it to happen, and it does happen, and then a referee calls that play or calls that flag, that right there by itself will throw you for a loop. Because, like I said before, and I'm still salty about it, all the calling that I've done, all the football I've watched, never, high school, college, pros, have I ever seen kick-catch interference on a pooch kick, ever, unless it was a fair caught ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't fair caught. It was kicked into an open space, cleanly received, nobody was hit. Oh, man, I can't get off of that right now.
As now Lake Worth looking to return this one, a kick towards the sideline. And here comes a return, just trying to dodge some people, but not really getting any room here. But he's still actually on his feet. Somehow finds a way and gains an extra about 5 yards there. But something to note, Lake Worth actually has been, moving the ball pretty well. They've been completing passes. They've been getting some good yardage. Just right now, the first drive, some huge mistakes, a bad snap, a penalty, or not a penalty, a sack. Put the Frogs in a third down and a mile to go situation. And then, of course, the fumble last possession. It's not like the Frogs have really had bad plays. They've been completing their passes. They've been running the ball decently. It's just a couple of mishaps really just hurting the defense ultimately, not letting them off the field. He now trips out to the left, and Caleb rolls out, and they throw it back the other side to Demarion Pulte, looking for a little bit of space. That's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards.
Yeah, he couldn't get it turned on where he wanted to. He was getting ready to get in that second gear right as he was tackled from behind. It was a great job as Caleb sold the pass to the left and turned around for the screen back to the right. As Pulte on the reception, he was also the one that received the kick a while ago and ran it back for, only about 6 or 7 yards. So here we go. Bullfrogs, 2 out to the left, 1 out to the right.
And Demarion Pulte in motion here. As now Caleb rolls out, trying to dodge a defender and all over him as Decatur's D-line continues to get into the backfield.
And Josh, I want to get your take on that. Tackling the quarterback around the head. What's the call on that?
That's a close one right there. Any head-to-head contact should be a roughing the passer, but that one right there, I mean,
I'm talking about hands, like tackling from the head.
It's just got to be. It's a referee's call if you see it being a personal foul or not. I mean, technically, as long as it's not a pull or tug on the gear, it is not a personal foul.
I beg to differ, but I'll take your word for it.
As now Caleb drops back. Another screenplay here. And finding some space and trying to fight for that first down, not quite getting there, is Demarion Pulte, and that's going to be about, I want to say, 3-4 yards short.
Oh, yeah.
4 yards.
Yeah, the Bullfrogs are really moving the ball, though. They're moving it here. But it looks like it's going to be 4th down, so they couldn't quite get enough for the first. And then they're going to bring out the punt team once again.
As Polito is back to kick once again. Had a decent kick last time. Hopefully he can add on to that here. It's only one return man back now for Decatur. And the kick is up, and it's a decent one actually here. And they are going to return this one. And he's got to be, his foot had to have stepped out of bounds.
He got him. He looked like he got him there out of bounds.
No, we'll see where they spot him. Wow. I don't want to comment on that, but it looked like he was down about 2-3 yards prior to the current spot. So
yeah, Coach Welch came down, charged that up, and I feel bad for him right now because as I zoom in on the binoculars, look down there, the referee's on the sideline, just not even talking to him really. But we'll see. We'll see where we go with it here. Bullfrogs defense going to step up and shut something down.
A quick screen out to number 11, Juarez. He's got a little bit of space, and he's fighting. He's still fighting on his feet. And that's going to be a gain of about, let's say, about 16, 17 yards.
Yeah, I mean, they're going back and hitting the Bullfrogs with the same thing they just did with the screens and the little plays there. So
now trips out to the left in the handoff. No, it's a read option. Quarterback keeper is Howell. Gains only about a yard on the play.
Yeah, Bullfrogs read it that time. That was a good job by Brian Neal, and couldn't get the other number that was in there.
And now the snap and a quick throw out to Juarez once again, and it's just been working all night and an arm tackle attempt, and that's not going to be good enough as Juarez, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Again, the answer to number 11 is to stick on them. That's hard. That's hard to do right now. And we'll get the chance to figure out what is with. That kid's he's a heck of an athlete, but honestly, looking at the athletes that we have, I don't think that he's anything different than what we currently have in our team. So I'm a little salty about the whole game right now. I'm trying to get back into my radio mode as the Bullfrogs fall down now 28-0. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. That's right, first quarter.
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's going to be quite a mountain. I mean, you can almost call it Everest at this point. Mountain to climb, but hey, we do have a football game to be played, and I know this has been kind of the theme since we got into district, but at the same time, this is something you got to keep fighting. You can't give up. Defense, it's been tough for them. I will cut them some slack. They've been on the field the majority of the game and guarding one of the better athletes Lake Worth has faced this year, number 11, and that, of course, being David Juarez, having himself a night, I believe, 3 times into the end zone now. and it's just been tough to watch. And now Lake Worth lined up to return this.
And Lake Worth, you know, whoever's running the sound over there is playing the absolute worst song that you could at this point right now. But tonight's going to be a good night. Well, right now it's not a very good night. I wouldn't play that song. But here we go. Big, high pooch kick.
Well, I know on that one he has the right to catch that, even if he doesn't call for the fair catch. But not going to be too much into that. But
I mean, for the referees, you make one bad call to open the game, you should definitely stay with that call and keep calling that call. So, anyways, here we go. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Bullfrogs down 28-0. You're live listening to Joey Wilcoxon, Chris White, and Josh Wilcoxon live on Bullfrog Radio on Facebook, live on MixLR, Bullfrog Football, and live from Lake Worth ISD YouTube page. Thank y'all for listening in. Sorry, a little salty tonight. Caleb throws out to the right as Isaiah Hall caught for about a 4-yard gain, it looks like. Look, I think he heard me over there.
Yeah. Hey, usually it's, sometimes I ain't going to lie. Sometimes it's us listening for the name. But, hey, we're getting more used to it as Caleb in shotgun twin formation. They found a lot of success towards the end of the Springtown game last week in this formation right here. So we'll see. They may be putting a man in motion here. We'll see what it is. As now Caleb waits the snap, drops back, and he looks for his man in space. They make a little bit of a run there. Couldn't tell it was Isaiah Hall again.
Yep. Isaiah Hall on a naked hitch. Naked hitch meaning there was nobody out there. It wasn't a screen or anything. It was just they threw it right to him and let him try to work with it. And he got him a couple yards and brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Bullfrogs.
And now 2 lined out left and a solo receiver, Mark Fulkerson, out right. They're going to hand it off on the delayed handoff. I believe that was Cameron Kimball in the backfield. A no gain on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Dr. Seuss chapter 2. There were 3 defenders. As soon as Cam got the ball, there were 3 defenders standing there waiting on him. It's a young offensive line. They have a lot of talent, a lot of a couple more years ahead of them. But right there is just a read of knowing your playbook. Decatur definitely knows Lake Worth right now.
And they're going for it here as Caleb throws it out to a wide open Demarion Pulte, but it's tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that's ultimately going to bring over a turnover on downs.
That's tough. The Bullfrogs went for it on 4th and about 3, and they rolled out. Pulte was there at the sticks, and that I think it was a linebacker, couldn't tell his number, just happened to jump at the time that Caleb Welch had thrown the ball, and he blocked it to the ground.
Now an empty set for Decatur as Howell takes the ball, looking downfield. He's got plenty of time. Takes a shot. Who else but Juarez? He's got some space and legitimately walking in to the end zone, picking up his 4th touchdown on the night. And, man, it's just, at this point, there is no answer for number 11, David Juarez.
Yeah, Lake Worth saw this last year against Castleberry as they had one receiver, one player that caught every ball down the sidelines, made every touchdown. Their quarterback blew out his knee. They put this wide receiver at quarterback. He continued to just have his way. And right now, Juarez, number 11, is having the night of his life.
Yeah, I mean, for real, those stats are going to go up after tonight. Only averaging, I believe, 103 yards per game on the season. But, of course, I mean, just in this first half alone, it's been incredible. It's just, man.
Yeah, the Bullfrogs, the secondary, I mean, it's just, we're it's hard. We're in the 4th game, the 3rd game into this now. The secondary not having the best night that they've had before. Score is 35-0, and I think every score but one, I think, was scored in the air. So, like I said, number 11 is just having the night of his life.
He had 6 touchdowns going into the game and already put 4 more on that for the season in this first quarter alone. As now the kick is deep this time, as the short pooch kicks now turn into a deep kick as Demarion Pulte with the ball, and about 6 Decatur players all over that one unblocked. And that's going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line, so the Bullfrogs quite a ways to go. Just looking to put together something on offense. As now the O approaches the field, and I mean, at this point, you just got to get something. You got to put points on the board. It's still the first quarter, of course, down 35-0. Just need some type of momentum here.
Yeah, you need some type. I think is an understatement. I think
Yeah.
we need all the momentum in the world. And now, as a timeout's going to be called, or no, that's the end of the quarter.
Interesting.
That's the end of the quarter. The Bullfrogs are trailing the Eagles 35-0.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, I don't know what quite happened there. I believe he was brought down a lot further back than what they're marking him out, but I think they're marking him at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think there was, I don't know, was there an added penalty on that? Did you see an added penalty on that, Josh?
No, I did not see another penalty.
I'll take it. I'll take anything they'll give us at this point.
Right. I mean, hey,
We need it.
Yeah.
that's an understatement.
I mean, Josh, see, if you would have called this year and this would have been the crew you were on,
This
you
would
would
have been the crew that I was on.
You would have
Correct.
made sure that
I would not have been allowed to referee this game. They would have made me sit out.
You can't have, I guess,
Because
the
they know
home team
that
bias.
you don't have any family members here. Nobody.
Just a couple.
I'm not in the game.
Just-
Unfortunately, we look too much alike.
Yeah, but I'm not in the game. I'm not employed by the school.
that is true.
Junior is
Who's Junior? I don't know Junior.
All
That
right.
Junior session we're talking about.
All right, well, Lake Worth now back on offense.
All I want is the game to be called in football fashion. The starting call of the game just put a bad taste in my mouth, and it's been tough to handle since then.
I appreciate the words, Chris. Hey, I mean, hey, share the same first name. So, but I appreciate the kind words. We're doing our best. Hey, we remain hopeful. For those of you who watch basketball, I was a Sixers fan through the process. I've seen the rough times, but they usually lead to better times. And that's what we're hoping for tonight as the Twins formation out on the field. Caleb back in shotgun, takes the snap, looking deep, taking his time. He's got plenty of time. He throws the ball, and it's going to be about a couple yards short of Demarion Pulte out on the left, the far side of the field from us. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it's just a little uncharacteristic. The ball was, I couldn't tell if he threw the ball in the ground because he felt like Demarion was covered. From what I could see, it looked like he was open, but there was a guy, another couple trailing guys, so not sure what Caleb saw there. But, I mean, he made a good call. I trust the kid. He's an excellent quarterback. So here we go, 2nd down, rolling out to the right, throws out to the flats to Pulte, and almost picked off by number 17 of the Decatur Eagles. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Bullfrogs.
And now the Frogs will come up in a long situation. Seen this before, unfortunately, but the Frogs looking to step up to the plate here. Of course, you would assume at this point of the game it is 4-down territory. Down 35-0. As now the Frogs with the trips right. One out wide to the left, I believe, Demarion Pulte. And a timeout? I was going to say flag, but it is a timeout on the field. Lake Worth taking a little bit of a breather on a big 3rd down.
That's a big 3rd down for the Bullfrogs. If they're going to have any shot at trying to climb back in this thing or making the score on the scoreboard halfway decent. They need to capitalize. They need to crawl out of the hole they're in right now at 3rd and long. They got to get out of this and keep the ball moving. That's the key to football. Everyone says defense wins championships, but right now this ain't a championship. The offense has to produce. You're listening to Joey Wilcoxon, Chris White, and Josh Wilcoxon. We're live on YouTube, Lake Worth ISD YouTube page, live on MixLR, Bullfrog Football, and live on Facebook at Bullfrog Radio. We thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We love talking to you. We love seeing the comments. Love you see you throwing out positive comments. Our boys need all the positive comments they can get. Little dance, little shake, something for these boys right now. And here we go.
And here we go. Similar formation here. Trips out right. Fulkerson in the slot. Orozco way out right. I believe Isaiah Hall. There he is. And they're looking, and they're going for Orozco, but this one's picked, but then fumbled. If Lake Worth would have picked that up, that would have been a change of possession. But ultimately, Decatur goes ahead and scoops that one up. And that's going to be a turnover there as an interception and a fumble. And then a fumble recovery by Decatur.
Yeah. So, there is nothing. They're right now, it's the Bullfrogs. They're struggling right now. The Decatur Eagles are turned all the way up. All the way up. They're going through the whistle, and they're going 95 miles an hour. They got their eyes in the backfield. They're trying to read everything that Caleb's doing. And the play before almost got picked, and that last one did. Quarterback with a fake read over the middle. He fakes the run down the middle, little RPO, and then tries to throw it to number 9 over the middle, and was blocked by Isaiah Hall, deflected, should I say. And so to bring up 2nd down for the Eagles.
That was pretty close to be intercepted. So, hey, Isaiah Hall, I was talking about before the game, unfortunately, able to do something yet as the run to number 24, bouncing out right. And after it's all said and done, picks up about 5 yards on the play.
And there's a player down on the field. And so, just take a little time right now to talk a little bit, Right now, I've been my thing that I've been going with all year long, because it truly has been the case that the scoreboard does not tell the story. Unless you're watching it, if you're just listening to it, or you're just now tuning in, the scoreboard doesn't tell the full story. So I'm going to run it back for you real quick. There's 11 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in this second quarter. There's a player down the field. So we're going to just kind of recap for you a little bit of what's going on, what's gone on. The Bullfrogs deferred to this. They won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, and kicked the ball off first. Beautiful pooch kick over towards the visitor's side. We had it was Isaiah Hall that ran underneath the pooch kick and cleanly caught it. No contact was made, no head-to-head tackles, no head-to-head blocks. No, nothing was made on Decatur at all. And a referee called, what was that called again, Josh? Kick, what was?
Kick, catch, interference.
Kick, catch, interference. I can't get that out of my mouth. I'm so ticked about it. He called kick, catch, interference, and therefore didn't just give Decatur the ball. It gave them the ball with a penalty that put them across the 50-yard line to start their first drive. Now, if that don't piss you off, I don't know what else would. To start off that way, Coach Welch trying to get a call, trying to figure out what the call was, and the referees gave the call to the Eagles. So that right there just kind of, both teams are on a high charge to start the opening kickoff. The Bullfrogs, well planned, got it in there, got the ball, and the penalty that's called, like once again, y'all hear me harp about it. I've never seen it called ever in football without somebody calling a fair catch. There was no fair catch. The ball landed perfectly, was coming down in the open area, and received by the Bullfrogs. That merely, I believe, is the is the pendulum that swung to start the game off. And the player that got a little hurt is making his way off the field with a little bit of help. And going to go over and see the trainer's table. But they got a sub in for him, getting ready to pick back up football here. And I'll get off my my wham soapbox about how the game started out.
Well, here we go as Decatur checks to the sideline now. And as they're getting a play change on the field. And now the ball is hiked and a quick wide receiver screen. And who else but David Juarez with the ball. And finally brought down. As bringing down the hammer was that, I believe, Craig Williams. Actually, that was not. I see Craig on the other
Mark
side.
Fulkerson attacked that right away. Yeah, you have Mark Fulkerson in the game.
Oh, he's covering number 11, David Juarez. You're going to put an athlete out there. Mark Fulkerson hopefully going to answer the call here.
He's in the game for Nathan Orozco. I coach Mark Fulkerson coming up. He's a great defensive back.
As now a screen play. And Decatur has had a lot of success on the screen and just tiptoeing down the sideline. That's going to be on 4th down, picking up the first down and about 20 more yards. Decatur, 1st and goal.
Yep, so,
Actually, not 1st and goal.
we said they're 50-50. Right now they're really lopsided with more in the air than on the ground, but there's another run on the ground, and here's another handoff. Goes off tackle to the left. It's brought down by a couple of Bullfrogs. Number 55, Josh Salazar, in there on the tackle.
And now it looks like they are going to come down at 2nd down with 2 out wide right, single receiver on the left side of the field, 2 in the backfield. And the handoff to number 24 and met in the backfield, trying to fight. The Frogs are there, and that's going to be a loss of a couple yards on the play.
Yeah, Cam Kimball and Nael Klubu read that like a book. Great job. As they're going down, I think Craig Williams was there too, trying to just focus on the ball and try to pull the ball out. So it's a great job collectively by those 3.
And now on 3rd down and 10 to go. The handoff, no, it's a play action and thrown over the middle to number 11. They're going to throw a flag on Isaiah Hall. That is incredible. That was, in my opinion, some great defense there by Isaiah Hall.
Josh, can you give us some take on that?
I personally would not have called that as a pass interference. He called pass interference just because of the fact it's a bigger wide receiver with a little guy draped on him. He called a pass interference on defense because defender was draped on his back.
Wow.
But it looks worse than what it is because it's a small cornerback on a tall 6'5" wide receiver. I wouldn't have called that.
That is.
He didn't harm that.
It might be a good thing you stayed out of this crew.
As now the
I'll be
snap.
messaging him.
And it looks like a wide run out to the right, and that's going to be good for a touchdown. It looked like the Lake Worth defense couldn't even tell where that ball was. Is now with 9:22 left to play in the second. Increase the score now. Visitors Decatur Eagles 41, Lake Worth 0.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got to say is yep. It's tough. The Bullfrogs are really trying to fight back here. But and it sounds like I am just like crying to the world right now. I'm not, honestly, but it's a tough game. We saw what happened with the Bullfrogs, though, the year that Coach Welch came in here. They played against, I always take the game against Joshua as a great example of what happens from season to season. This is Coach Welch and staff. This is their first time to see Decatur. It's not like they came from another school where they had some more insight on Decatur. They just got the week worth of scouting in on what was given to them, and so they're trying to deal with what they have. And so the Bullfrogs are continuing to try to fight back here. He's got to be 100% on got to be 100% on your game, and the Bullfrogs aren't right now.
And now the Frogs are looking to return. Hopefully they can add some excitement back into my voice here. Just a little bit of something. Can I see something? As the kick is up, and it's a deep one here. And it's going to be returned from about the 10-yard line. And a little bit of space here. Good return. Again, that was taken from the 10-yard line down to about the 37.
Damian Moore, the young sophomore, with the carry, received that ball and came back. What a great run. He was almost out in the open space. Great run. Gives the Bullfrogs the best field position they've had to start with all night.
And here we go. So Caleb and Co. out with Orozco wide left, Fulkerson to our right. I formation. As Caleb hands it off. And trying to find some room here is Cam Kimball. And a gain of about 2 on the play. The refs are going to give him 2 yards as he's brought down.
Yeah, and right there, exactly what you see from Decatur's defense is exactly where Lake Worth has to be at. 10 out of the 11 guys were on the pile on Cam right there. And so, I mean, that's just a good example of, you know, a defense has to get to the ball. Don't stop till the whistle blows.
Now here we go. I formation once again. Caleb under center. Fakes the handoff, looking deep to Mark Fulkerson. He's got him if he's got the pass, and Mark drops the ball, but did I see a flag? And they're talking here. I think I saw one on the near side. I do see one right there near Lake Worth sideline. Interesting because did not see anyone near Mark.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, wave off the flag. It wasn't pass interference this time. You know, just wave off the flag. This is why I'm hotter than a wet hen right now, because you call the flag on Lake Worth a second ago, same referee or same area, and now at Lake Worth you wave off the flag. No, it's pass interference is what it was. I'm just hot right now. Pass interference is what that was. Go ahead and give the yardage and go ahead and make it a first down. Don't wave it off.
And now Caleb rolls out. He's looking for Mark once again, and he's going to go and drop this one again. So that's a tough break for Lake Worth. That's going to bring up 4th and about 8 yards to go.
At that time right there were 3 guys that were right there to keep him from catching the ball. And so that's tough for Mark to try to do. I mean, everybody's looking right at him. I mean, they know it's coming to him. And so they read that. That was actually good defense. The last one should have resulted in pass interference. But, you know, I have more film on it tomorrow. Right now, I'm just a little hot.
And now Polito back to kick. This one's a little bit of a high snap, but he gets a kick off, and it's a good kick. And that bounces and may have hit him. And that's going to be, oh, man, it fizzles out of bounds. Lake Worth cannot catch a single break tonight. It's, man, inches away from a big break.
That's a great job by Craig Williams right there as the ball hits the ground, bounces, and it hits the player's elbow. It hits his elbow, and he dives and goes ahead and tackles the guy that was right there by it, because you can do that. The guy's there to receive the ball, and he gets out of the way, but as the ball's bouncing up and it looks like he's catching the ball, you tackle that guy. That's exactly what Craig Williams did. And number 20 for the Bullfrogs, Michael Ramirez, was right there just coming full speed, and he couldn't get a hold of it before it rolled out of bounds.
Now the Frogs defending from Decatur in their own half, about the 21-yard line here. And Twins formation. A quick throw out to the sideline, and that's going to be met. I believe that was Junior Sessions on the tackle.
I was just a plain one-on-one open tackle. Junior Session got a great tackle there. Bring up 2nd down and 10. We'll see what's going to happen here.
And it looks like a QB keeper, and this one's sniffed out by the D-line. So a big stop there. Bring up 3rd and about 10 with 7:45 on the clock here in the second. Man, it feels like time is ticking slow here for the Frogs. I mean, in a sense, it's a good thing, but down 42-0 in the second quarter is quite a mountain to climb.
Oh, yeah.
And now dropping back is Hal. Brian Neal trying to get there. He doesn't. Throw is up to number 13, and he makes the catch. About a 40-yard pass in the air and finally brought down at the 30, or they're going to give him forward progress, so down at the 27-yard line, I believe, or 28.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do nothing about that. I mean, it's just tighter coverage. I mean, it was a great ball thrown. Ball was caught. Handed off tackle to the left. Brought down after a gain of about 4. Well, this next one will bring up second down and 6.
And we're going to have a stoppage of a play. Unfortunately, player down.
Y'all,
Man.
you know, I just say, you know, I'm not going to apologize about it because there's nothing to apologize about. But I'm hot, and this is unlike me to call a game like this. But at the same time, you know, I hurt for the kids. I mean, it's tough. You know, there's some calls, and I guarantee, you know, we'll talk about the call on the coaches show on Monday morning. But that pendulum swing at the very beginning of the game has just thrown this thing a different way. That doesn't take up for the fact the other 35 points have been put on the board. I mean, a fumble that was caused, just unable to convert a fourth and 3. That ended up being a turnover for them to end up being turned into points. You know, it's just outmatched, really. I mean, you hate to say that, but right now it seems like we're outmatched. It doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
But right now, what you're seeing when the score says it was just completely outmatched.
I mean,
1 for 1, and it's tough to say that because you know you want to be the homer, and you want to say that you don't want to say that, but I mean, here we go. They run to the right, they fall forward. Looks like they're
going to mark him a yard short, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. But yeah, you're right, Joey. I mean, you do feel bad, especially after you know all the work and all the things the kids have been through this year. As now a quick throw out to David Juarez on the screen play. Got some space and finally brought down inside the 5-yard line. I'll bring up 1st and goal for Decatur.
Yeah, and you know, in that last play, part of that is being prepared for that hurry up. They line up in that hurry up, and half the defensive line was still trying to run over to get set. I mean, it's one of those things. Decatur's executing on all cylinders right now, and unfortunately, Bullfrogs aren't.
Yeah, and it looks like a timeout for the Bullfrogs. Making a substitution here. I believe we see Mark Fulkerson enter the field of play as they're going to meet together and talk about this one as trying to make a goal line stand. But, man, yeah, David Juarez, number 11, has been a problem tonight. That is no understatement. As, I mean, 4 touchdown is no joke. It's no joke.
Yeah, no joke. That's for sure. I mean, his stats are definitely way increased after this game. I mean, the kid's already guarantee he's over 200 yards alone by himself already.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And they're not going to stop feeding them the ball. We're not even halfway done with the game yet.
And as Decatur just on the goal line now. It's 1st and goal for Decatur. Defense pressing up. The handoff. And stopped about a yard short of the goal line. So it looks like he's going to be down at the 1-yard line as the Frogs trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, that running back was rolled up by number 55, Josh Salazar, number 22, Cameron Kimball. Here they go, trying to run the right again. The Bullfrogs read it. Tackle for a big loss, or I should say a big loss, a decent loss. That time, Brian Neal in on the action, along with Josh Salazar. They back him up. A loss of what looks to be about 4 yards.
In trips formation now. And snapping the ball, and they're going to throw it. And that's Juarez, and
Interception.
Fulkerson intercepted. Get down, get down, get down. Don't take that out. There's a little bit of a break here for Lake Worth, pending a flag, and there doesn't look to be one at the moment. And a bit of a bright spot, Mark Fulkerson.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, you make those adjustments. Unfortunately for the Bullfrogs, there's 42 points on the board really before you made that adjustment to cover number 11. And Mark Fulkerson now has been covering number 11 for less than 5 minutes of gameplay, and there's a turnover right there. That's what the Bullfrogs need. They need something to ignite a fire, to get some points on the board, to try to climb back in this thing. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying the Bullfrogs could climb back in it, but we've seen the Bullfrogs put up 35 points in one quarter before as well. So, I mean, it's not unfathomable.
And now the Frogs put Damian Moore in motion. This is what they had a lot of success with last week. As they throw it to Demarion Pulte, he breaks a tackle, trying to bounce outside, and it was a block in the back there by, I believe, Mark Fulkerson. So this one is going to be brought back, unfortunately, because you could see him put his hands on his head. It was a blindside block, as Josh is saying.
They're calling a blindside.
Oh, they're waving it
off. They waved it off.
Wow.
Good wave off because the guy, they should have waved that off because the defender had a chance to defend himself.
And he used his hands and
And
not
he
his
used
head.
himself, and he did not use those. He actually stopped and did not deliver a hit. He actually stopped force of contact. That's what you want to see right there.
So that advances the ball advances the ball all the way down to the Decatur Eagles 37-yard line.
Now twin set for Lake Worth. I believe Damian Moore now in the backfield as Caleb goes to the line. Now put Damian on his left-hand side. Awaiting the snap and hands it to Damian. He's got a little bit of a seam and he's got some room to run. And he's going to go all the way down into the end zone. As a bright spot for Lake Worth, Damian Moore, his biggest run of the season so far, the sophomore, takes it to the hole.
You know, the Bullfrogs are never done. I know they needed that. I know the team needed that. But I really needed that.
I know you did. I was looking at you and I was like, man, Joey's having a night.
I needed to get it going. That right there, I was specifically watching the offensive line on that last play to watch out to see what other insight I could gain from that. And what I got from that last play was they blocked that perfectly is what I got.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey. So Joey Wilcoxon, O-line aficionado, watching the blocks.
Yeah, that last play, the way it was blocked was, I mean, everybody doubled out and sealed out, and the receivers ran their routes, ran off everybody else to make it look pass and just give the ball down the middle. It's a great play by the Bullfrogs. You see a little bit of life here as the Bullfrogs just take one chip off the ice block. They're behind 42-7.
And, you know, hey, look at that. Turnovers leading to momentum, leading to a touchdown. A couple big plays. I mean, honestly, that whole drive, interception, then a big play out wide, Demarion Pulte, and then leading to a Damian Moore just lightning through the hole. He's got speed. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but give him some space. And, I mean, as soon as he broke through, nobody was catching him inside this stadium.
Oh, yeah. And not only did he get space, he had clean space. Wasn't touched at all. And you could see the defensive backs trying to hit their second gear to catch him, and there was nobody closing on him at all, period.
Yeah.
And so that's a great job. I'm excited. That gives me excitement because I see what's going on right now, but I also see next season as well. I'm starting to see that as well in my mind. And the development of this young man, he's going to gain a little bit of weight too. And he's going to get even a little bit faster. So, you know, there's going to lots of things to come for Damian Moore. And right now, the music they're playing in between this, man,
Instead of saying turn this on, yeah. Now Joey's next to me like a second ago. He was looking a little sad. Now he's got a little bit of life back into him. The Joey that you guys know and love. As now Polito lining up to kick this from the left hash, the far side of the field, and he's going to put this one on the ground here, and it's picked up by number 13. Mark Fulkerson is skyrocketing down the field. Get some hands on him, just trying to hold him up. And here comes the rest of the Frogs, and they're going to mark him down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to end up giving him no gain, just his forward progress. So Bullfrogs, great job as they keep the Eagles at their own 35 to start this drive. Needing to stand up a little bit.
Yeah, get my legs warm. It's been a long, long, long half. So just trying to get some blood flow back in.
Yep, we got Mark Fulkerson out
And
on.
how you doing?
Yeah, we got Mark Fulkerson out, manned up again on number 11.
And they hand it off now to Carroll in the backfield.
Perfectly read by Junior Session on the outside. He came up, they gave him the blitz call. He stepped up and stopped the runner from running outside and helped set that edge, forced it inside. He didn't get a lot of help right from the get-go, but he got enough that the guy only made 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 7.
And Trips, here's that formation. Trips left, one receiver to the right. Rolling out to the left is Hal. An option, a little pitch option here. And he's got enough, it looks like, for the first. Is that delayed toss out to Carroll, I believe. And that is good enough to move those chains.
Yeah, and Josh Salazar, had to either want to track down and get him there. On this right side, they got to set the edge just a little bit earlier to force that run inside, but Eagles with another first down. Hands the ball off to number 6 around the right-hand side. Craig Williams there to bring him down.
And a flag in the back right near the 40-yard line. Josh, you see anything on that?
No, but I can tell you right now, whatever's going on is that coach is yelling something at that ref. So I don't know what they're seeing, but that coach is definitely coaching that ref to make that call, whatever it is.
Well, we'll take it. Maybe the referee maybe he didn't hear the right call. He called the holding on the
He was like,
offense.
what was that? Yeah. To me, it looked like it was the opposite way. It looked like he was trying to tell him, what was going on. Maybe he was yelling at him about, hey, that's a bad call.
Yeah, with the Bullfrogs get a break there, it'll be 1st down and 20 for the Eagles.
Twin set here. Hal drops back. Little screen action as Carroll got the ball. And he's got enough room. He's almost near the first down marker. And 2nd down and about 20 yards. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, I'm frustrated with that call because I can see in my binoculars the referee standing right in front of the hold of the defensive lineman that was all the way on the sideline. I mean, I could see it. Maybe he couldn't see it. Maybe he's too close.
Yeah, it's just, but man, those screen plays have been dominant all night as now the play action. And man, Mark Fulkerson trying to make the tackle. He misses. And this one's going to finally be brought down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, when the Bullfrogs leave the middle of the field wide open, Decatur Eagles see that. That quarterback sees that, and he just took that as the Bullfrogs were going hard left, flowing, thinking it's going to be another screen. And here they go. They line up. They throw another screen out to number 11. Down the sidelines, the 10, the 5. Touchdown once again for the Decatur Eagles. Got to get excited for somebody. Oh, man.
And have himself a night. He's just single-handedly been all over the field, running all over. Another screen play. And that's
and I'm at this point of those screen plays, I don't know what to say. I know I'm speaking from my heart and what I feel, and I don't ever want the coaching staff to ever feel like I'm trying to think that I can coach the game, because I'd be a coach if I could. If I could coach the game, I'd have my own team. But in that you put Mark Fulkerson on him so many times, and you see that coming. I'm not sure where the misread is coming to not be able to stop those defensive linemen from getting out to block that. What the read is. And I'm gonna try to pay a little more close attention to what's going on in the backfield. And I can tell that Coach Welch is kind of giving it to him right now on the sidelines, because he's probably feeling the same way I am right now. It's like, well, why can't we stop? They've scored 5 touchdowns that think off the same play.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, Josh is onto something there with they're ball watching.
They're ball watching. That's what when you see guys, when you see 3 linemen going to one side and there's only one defender on there. The only guy that seen that was the cornerback. The only guy that read that, which is the guy that's out there. If you don't see any linebackers or linemen making it out there, they are not reading their keys to read where the guys are pulling like that, and they need to get better at that.
Well, I imagine we're going to see some adjustments at halftime. But here we go. The kick is up, and this is a deep one all the way back to about the 7-yard lines.
I believe he.
I don't think he called a fair catch.
Huh? Wait, I'm a little bit confused as well here, but I guess
That was not a fair catch.
unless he caught it way early.
No, he put his hands up to catch the ball above his head, and they call fair catch, but it is what it is. It takes the Bullfrogs out to the 25-yard line. Nobody's getting too hot about it on the Bullfrog sideline, so Coach Welch thinks there's probably okay, whatever the call was.
Maybe I mean.
Good thing is about that new rule, even though that kid called fair catch at the 10, they automatically now move it up to the 25.
Yeah, that's what we were saying is he didn't actually wave his hands for a fair catch. He caught the ball above his head.
But thank God,
Yeah.
because, if they would have accidentally called that, he would have got it at the 10-yard line. At least now they move it up to the 25 like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So now Cam Kimball coming out into the slot, I believe, for the first time tonight. As trips out right, one out left for the Frogs as the snap. And they're looking for number 4, Isaiah Hall. He comes down with a catch. He's going to pass the first down marker with 3 minutes left to play, 3:40 on the clock. And a little bit of life here. So the offense, man, it's been tough to watch because the offense hasn't been terrible. They've had some plays, just some turnovers here and there, and just not giving the defense a lot of time to rest. As now checking the sidelines is Caleb Welch, making the calls on the field, letting his lineman know. Drops back into the backfield. Signaling motion here for number 3, Damian Moore. He's looking at him, and it's the wheel route. He does have him. Damian Moore makes the catch down to the 32-yard line for the Bullfrogs. Number 3 on the wheel route out of the backfield, Damian Moore.
Man, what a well-placed ball by Caleb Welch because it's the wheel route, but Orozco kept his route too close. And so there was 2 receivers and there were 2 DBs there. Caleb just parked that ball in there like a Cadillac.
And now Caleb going up again, calling his play. No huddle here for the Frogs. As now Caleb checks to his receivers. And a handoff here for Damian Moore. And that, I was going to say, looked like there comes the flags as Josh was harping here.
And
he saw it.
And that right there is what will chap you more than anything. There's a referee standing 2 feet in front of him that watched it and didn't pull a flag. That's the thing right there that'll get you turned up.
It's called don't fish in somebody else's pond.
Well, where's his pond at if it's not 2 feet in front of him?
You have to give a chance for your other referee to call that. And the back judge, he gave the back judge, that's the back judge's call.
Yeah, which one is the judge that's standing right there at the fullback?
That's the umpire. Oh, you're talking about at the back?
No, right there at the middle linebacker. That was the guy standing right where the play happened.
That's the umpire, but you got to think he's looking at linemen and the whole time. That's all he's looking at is just linemen.
Okay, makes more sense. That's why I'm not a referee.
And now we're learning about the refs tonight. Look at that. All right, here we go. Caleb drops back. He throws a dime into the end zone. That's number 22, Cam Kimball. So, hey. Hey,
we get it going here, get it live tonight. We like to see that, a little bit of life. Yeah, we do. We Josh over here laughing. We need another one before the halftime. We need to stop them again, get a turnover, and get another one before the half. But hey, good thing at halftime, we're getting the ball back.
Oh.
Legitimately,
yeah. No flags.
Are you sure?
Well, we'll see.
Oh, there's a flag right there, Joey. Right when you said something.
Oh, man.
But it looks like it's encroachment.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Looks like, deny.
And Coach Welch is going to look at it. He's going to see what he wants to do. Yeah, so he does decline it. The Bullfrogs do put another score in. So, that's I was going to say one more chip out of the one more shovel of dirt out of the hole, but But we're back to that same shovel of dirt because the Eagles scored again after we scored last time. So we'll have to see where the Bullfrogs turn it up to here. 2 minutes and 26 seconds left to go in this half. And much like 2020, I'm ready for this half to be over.
Oh,
nice little plug, Badooch.
I like it. Hey, you got to keep positive as much as we can. And I mean, at the end of the day, they're kids. These kids are out here learning. They work hard, and you obviously hope you want to see them keep fighting. You don't want to see them give up. They've worked so hard for this. Some of these kids out there are seniors. They might not get a chance to play football again, and you want to root for them. So we're going to keep it light. Hopefully these kids are out there. They can fight back in the second half.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to big brother Jason Gallagher. He heard us going. He just sent me a message. Hey, simmer down, Joey. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Trying to get excited, passionate about something because right now the score isn't that. But seeing some life in these Bullfrogs is a great thing to witness because football turns young boys into men. So unfortunately that pooch kick goes out. Oh, and look, imagine that. Everybody's flag came out. Everybody's flag. I guess that they make sure to get that one on video so they got that for their own personal scouting report. Being a little tough on them. But the ball went out of bounds back at about the 32-yard lines. So the ball will come up to the 35 and nope, it's a 5-yard penalty.
Yep.
So it'll come up to a 37. Be 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 37-yard line.
Now, with 2 stacked receivers on each side, Decatur taking over. Hand it off. Nope, it's a read option there as Howell keeps the ball and waltzes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, about a 6-yard gain. They're going to do this to you. They're going to fake their handoffs, and the quarterback's going to run. They're going to let him get some yardage. This is where they start evening out. They try to bring the defense back in. We'll see what goes on here.
And now a quick screen pass. Definitely
not 11.
Seen that one before, though. Yeah, but not to the other side to number 11.
Number 13 just had to get across the first down before he fell down because he couldn't. He was bobbling the ball. So, but they got the first down.
And here we go. So Carroll, it's a QB keeper to Howell. And he's going to get marked down at the Lake Worth 45.
8-yard gain.
It's now Lake Worth. Scrambling to get a guy off the field. They're going to throw the flag. There's too many men on the field. And they take a shot to the sideline.
And that was horrible. I'm watching through binoculars. As the player steps on the sidelines, they snap the ball. He drops the flag. Much like the plays of when there's a block way behind the play that's out of play that they don't flag anymore. That player was nowhere in the play. So it's unfortunate that the tie didn't go to the runner on that one. The tie went to the offense because he was stepping out of bounds right as the ball was being snapped. So,
and the reason why that is, Joey, is because there wasn't an actual substitution. If he would have called a substitution and that would have happened, they would have let it slide because he didn't get off in time. Since there was no offensive substitution, that little thing is not there no more.
As now Carroll running down, or Howell, I believe, down the sideline and steps out of bounds at about, we'll see, there is a flag on the play, so disregard that for a second. Looks like this one is going to come back.
Yeah, let's hope so, because right now the Bullfrogs, the quarterback, they've seen this on film. I talked to the boys about it. They know this team here will tiptoe the sideline all the way down. You have to tackle them. You can't just barely go try to push them and expect them to go out of bounds. And that's exactly what happened here. The quarterback's running down the sideline. Someone thought they could touch him. He got out of bounds. He didn't. He kept going, but luckily there was a penalty that brought that one back.
Now, so that's going to bring up 1st down and 10 from the 35, and a quick throw screen play. And dodging a couple players is number 13 and finally brought down.
I got to put my binoculars down because I can see what's right in front of the umpire on this side. a defensive player, a hand is inside his face mask, and the referee's not able to. I mean, they can't see everything. I get that. And they're trying to go deep here to number 6. He's back in the end zone, diving. He misses the catch. Thank the Lord. Roscoe was there for the coverage. Great job by Roscoe. But now that last play, in the binoculars, I can kind of try to see right down close what's going on. And, and sometimes games out of hand like this, and Josh can contest this if he wants, but lots of times you'll see referees that get a little bit loose. RPO, pass down, handoff, fake handoff down the middle, pass to number 9 once again coming across the middle from the other side. The Eagles are in a first and goal position once again.
That's tough, man. That's going to bring up.
Oh, it's tough, yeah.
Another goal line situation here as Carroll takes the snap, and that one's going into the end zone as now Decatur increases their lead once again, and it's going to be a 55-14 game, and man,
Woo!
Decatur just keeps on the gas pedal.
Yeah, they're not going to let off. They're trying to prove a point for the district. They're trying to, let it be seen that these guys are ready for the rest of district play, and they're ready to get their chance to take a stab in the playoffs. They were placed high in the district and in the state to start the season off, and from their other previous foes, it looked like they were, the best was getting to them as they come into the game tonight, 3-4, and tonight they're on their way to being a 500 mark with 2 games left to go in the season.
And now Lake Worth once again will look to return this as they're just preparing to get on the field.
Yeah, just 54 seconds left to go in this half. 54 seconds left to go in this half. And the Bullfrogs go in, they make adjustments like they always do. There's no doubt, the scoreboard doesn't tell the story, as I always say, been saying all season long. There's no doubt in my mind the Bullfrogs can make some adjustments to really make this more of an interesting game in the second half. There's no doubt.
Hershey's up on Springtown in the half.
What's the score?
22-18.
Right now, I just got an update from the crowd. Hershey is up on Springtown, 22-18. The ball is caught by Damian Moore as he drives hard forward, pounds hard forward for about 11-yard return and gets to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bullfrogs. 50 seconds left to go in this half.
And now, so the Frogs here, you would assume they're going to take some risks, take some shots, as that's, all they can do right now at this point in the game. As down 56-14, it's not the spot you'd wish to see these guys in, and it's been a struggle the last couple of weeks, but you're looking for any type of positivity. Like you said, Joey, before the game, they do have a cushion here. They have 2 more games after this. As now the snap and the run to Damian Moore, and he's stopped after a gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, this would winning this game, what it would do for the Bullfrogs is it gives them that cushion so that they go in the next game. The pressure's still there to win, but the pressure's just a little bit less. It looks like right here, a pass in the sidelines to a Roscoe and gets his first catch of the game. He gets out of bounds after a gain of about 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2, 25 seconds left to go. We'll see if the Bullfrogs can get a chance to take a shot.
You got to take a shot here. There's really no other option. We'll see if they run it.
You got 1 timeout left, though, so.
And they're going to hand it off to Damian Moore. Good enough for the 1st down. Takes a big hit there. He's popping right back on up. Young man can take a hit.
Yeah, they're gonna pull him out and look at him on that one. that was a big helmet-to-helmet shot, top of the crown.
Now Caleb looks out to the right. He's got a man and a catch. That's number 4, Isaiah Hall. So now 6 seconds left on the clock.
6 seconds left. The Bullfrogs. It'd be great. They could somehow pull one out right here. Let's see what happens. They're going to change up a little bit. They're going to put Pulte out here 1-on-1, and that's where they're going. 1-on-1. They want him to beat deep. The DB backs off because they know it's coming.
And now Caleb is brought down in the backfield, and that sure enough is going to be the end of the half as Lake Worth down 56-14, as it looks like so far it's all been Decatur Eagles, as Lake Worth has trailed and just offensively, defensively, just been one step behind throughout the entire game. As we step away here in just a minute, we have about 28 minutes until we go ahead and start this second half.
Yeah. And so, just a little update around the district right now. Gainesville is up by a touchdown on Burnett, 21-14. Springtown is still trailing Hershey, 22-18. So they're seeing some interesting things around the district. Last week when the Bullfrogs played Springtown, it was a question of 1 quarter of play that really was a deciding factor of that game. That second quarter, the Bullfrogs just didn't have an answer. That's really what separated that game last week. Everything else was just kind of just a chip, one chip after another, one chip after another, and just kept going. And so the Bullfrogs right now not going into halftime right now, as Coach Welch has them on the sidelines. And he's talking to all the players right now. And so, Bullfrogs have yet to go in to
With the crash of cymbals and the gleam of shining brass, Lake Worth High School is proud to present the Bullfrog Marching Band. Leading the band onto the field tonight are drum majors Annalisa Velasquez, Natalia Sanchez, and George Morano. Performing a portion of their 2020 competition show tonight, Land of Make Believe, we present the Bullfrog Marching Band. Give them a warm welcome, please. City leaders for the Bullfrog Band are Sophia Lisa Ponce, Talia Ponce, Cameron Kivarini, Lisa Velasquez, Logan Rios, Adrian Nunez, Tyler Stevens, Alejandro de la Calle, George Morales, Jordan Tia Velasquez, Benjamin Martinez, Cornel Frigo, Angelina Pastorino, Ethan Mahoney, Cesar Boye, Juan De La Cambo, Deshaun Hernandez, and Connor Walker. Direction for the Bullfrog Band are Colin Hayden, Chris Phoenix, Kelly Carroll, Nick Salazar, Brian Stokely, Jordan Matthews, Alex Almeida, and Andrew Collins. Again, let's give the Lake Worth 2020 Bullfrog Marching Band a warm round of applause. Please welcome to the field the cheerleaders do their hip-hop dance routine.
All right, y'all listen. Listen up. Okay, get down. Okay. If you still have your glove on your hand, feel it. Okay. Okay? Reach up and take your plume out only if you have a gloved hand. Okay? And then if section leaders, if you'll give them from each person. Okay? Make sure you have gloves on. Once your plume has been taken from you, then you can put your hat in your hat boxes, gloves and helmets in your hat boxes, take off your coats and shirts. That doesn't sound right. Okay? Wait for your plumes to be taken from you, and then you can take off the top hat for your uniform. Hey, where's another man director? Is there one floating around up here? No? Hey, let's do this. Listen. So, hey, let's go ahead and take our full uniforms off and hang them up. Okay? So go ahead and take off the full uniform because it is easier if we already have the pants off to hang everything up. Okay, so go ahead and take off the full uniform. Make sure you hang it up correctly. If there is a new person next to you, if there's a young one next to you, please look at how they're hanging things up. Okay, good job, guys. I believe that might have streamed, I'm not sure. Okay, you can look and see how we do.
Oh, he was telling me about that. I remember him giving us go get a costume.
Hey, no one leaves to go to the bathroom or anything until after we've already played for the football team to come out. Okay, so stay close to all your stuff. Okay, we're just staying close.
Manly hugs.
All right, so we're going to bring it back here. You know, I know y'all are tuning in on Facebook Live. We had a couple of dropped packets there, so I think you guys are still connected. I see it on my phone that I'm still good to go. I think we're going to see here. It's always something with Facebook. Trying to see here what we got going. It looks like, is that YouTube still live over there? Yeah, it looks like once again it kills. Maybe it's there. Oh, there we go. No. Trying to see. No, we're trying to figure out where we're at. Looks like Facebook Live is dead, so I'll have to restart the stream on that. We'll try to get her back up here in just a second. No rush as we are at halftime. And where did it stop? Where did it go dead? Well, Facebook is undependable, people. So let me stop the live. Those of y'all that are tuning on YouTube, we got YouTube viewers. We're going to hop off and hop right back on. YouTube has been stable, steady, like a rock, like the old commercials. You guys have to just jump back on YouTube. Jump back on to part 2 of this game. Part 2, the sequels are always better, right? Sequels or the continuations or whatever it is. I mean, at least when it comes to the Star Wars, you know, maybe we'll have a Star Wars moment here. We'll see, like maybe this will be like maybe early on.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll see. Sometimes the sequels are better. You know, that's